Hi, hello, and welcome to another week of You Don't Need That Shit. And let me check because I feel like we are still in this super weird era of uninteresting releases. I mean, I do have more posts saved than last week. Well, and I immediately see that there are like 3 posts who are on the same topic. Okay, let me delete some of those because we do not need to talk about them then. It's also the same. Oh, fuck. I just saved posts and then I go through them while I film, and instead of doing this before I film, it is what it is. So yeah, what do we have? 6, 12. We have 16 things to talk, 15 things to talk about, so it's a bit more than last week. But let me just ask that question. I feel, and this is like very subjective because I do not have any like proof for that. I feel that last year, this time around Halloween, we were bombarded with Christmas stuff already. I imagine last year being like, oh my god, how the fuck should I afford all of this beautiful makeup that I see online? And this year, I'm like, I also feel like there are a lot of re-releases from last year. We will talk about one of them at least also, and then there is another one that is kind of rumored to be re-released, which is super disappointing in my opinion. What's going on? Tell me. Let's talk about this, and I want to start basically with the question, what the fuck are they smoking at Laura Geller? We had the Wheel of Fortune, then the 31 baked pan palette, whatever that we talked about last week, and now we have 2 other palettes that have baked shadows, each with 14 pans, and they look the exact same. It's like one has a pink vibe, the other one has a neutral vibe. Out of those 14 shades, 10 look like the fucking same. What the fuck is going on in Laura Geller? And if there is something going on in the drug world, like, what are they taking and can they share? Because looks like fun when you think that this is a good release. We now have the full reveal of the Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge collection. This will launch November 1st, so basically Wednesday. I will get the palette. Okay, no. Today as I'm filming this, I am 60% I will get the palette, 40% I will skip it. This kind of changes every single day. I uploaded in my Instagram stories the comparison swatches from Jen Phelps Beauty because she has the Pretty Grunge already and she swatched it alone, like these swatches actually. And then she also swatched it against Empowered, then some ABH palettes and some Colourpop. 13 out of those 18 shades in the Pretty Grunge palette do look the exact same as the Empowered, which is super disappointing. And now that I just look at this photo of the palette with this perspective, I kind of see it. This is not a cool tone palette. Why have we all been thinking that this is a cool tone palette? It has a cool side, like you can look at this palette in like 2 9-pan palettes and the left side is warm tone, the right side is a bit neutral cool tone. I don't know. I'm still thrown off by the 2 blacks. I'm still thrown off by the glitters that basically all look the same besides the marbled one. I'm so indecisive about this palette, it's ridiculous. In my Natasha Denona Xenon palette, some of you commented that you want me to get the palette. Some of you messaged me on Instagram being like, you need to get the palette because I need your opinion. And I'm sitting here being like, do I want this? Don't I? I mean, it's kind of planned in my new beauty budget that I set myself, so it is possible to get this palette for me. I don't know. I also kind of wanted to get that thing that is in the upper right of the picture because I thought this is a highlighter. But this is a pH changing blush balm, so I will definitely skip that. The rest of the collection is not very interesting. I don't like the liquid things. I don't like them. The silk balm is like a green with sparkle. I don't get that. Yeah. If so, I will get the palette. The palette will be Is there a price? No, but I think it will sell, I don't know, what are the Huda palettes? 60, $65, 60 euros, something like that. I don't know. Our friends over at Dyson, they have new attachments, or at least one new attachment. No, two. No, one. One new attachment. It's like one of those like diffuser attachments. I never use them, even though I do have natural curly hair. If I use them, they look like shit. So I can skip that. Although I'm very interested still in that one attachment that looks like an ironing thing. I don't know. But I can't justify paying 70 bucks for that, so no thank you. And just as I opened the window, the dog is starting to bark again. You know what? You have to live with that barking now because I am sweating in October. Okay, I don't understand this. This is the AOT Cosmetics Creator Collection. The Creator Palette exists all thanks to you, our beloved, amazing community. Get inspired, go creative, and let's play with the result of our teamwork. Questions, Insta polls, and more questions have led to this amazing palette. Creator Palette is the final result of our community's wishes and named after some of our co-creators. Don't get me wrong, I like the idea. But the palette is just bullshit. We have a bone color and the pink bone color. Just useless. We have a ochre yellow, a intense red, and a dark neutral brown. But we also have two types of green eyeshadow. Then we have a bronze and a champagne. This is... What is this color story? Like, I mean... I see how I might get one or two looks out of this, but this is not very cohesive. And this retails for 49 bucks? I'm sorry, this is 50 money for a 9-pan palette. I'm just looking at my collection and think about what else can I get for 50 bucks that is much better than AOT Cosmetics. Be perfect. It's less, it's more, it's better. Any other indie brand like Nomad, Odens Eye, Glaminatrix? Is Glaminatrix less or more than that? I'm not sure. They are like the Petit Pro or the Étendue palettes. Like, I am very confused by the price policy that AOT Cosmetics has. They are super expensive, and don't get me wrong, they're nice. They have really cool products like the Sparkle Liquid Eyeshadows. Divine. I do have one of their, or like their only setting spray as a backup in my drawer, and I recently just got recommended their finishing, or like their setting powder. That seems to be very good too, but I cannot agree with their price point. And the color story is throwing me off. Easy skip. AOT Cosmetics already did a Nightmare Before Christmas collection, and this is now apparently part 2. Like, hasn't been part 1 been out for like, I don't know, a week or so, 2 weeks? First of all, I think it's very concerning that in their promo pics, in their official ones, they're not sharing swatches of the palette. This is really weird. The palette design is throwing me off. The color story makes no sense. They do have also 2 lipsticks. One is a metallic green, a dark green, and the other one is a purple. The purple looks divine. The green looks kind of cool, but definitely not for everybody. And I have to say, I am really, really thrown off by the promo pics, because why is she doing this baddie lip? Like, this one part of the lip, no, it just doesn't look good. And for a moment I thought her teeth are photoshopped because they're like super straight, her 2 like front teeth. But on the other photo it's 2. So they also do have a, what is it called? What is that? This is a cream blush and highlight duo. Okay, that looks okay. But the most interesting part of this collection, it's not the eyeshadow palette, it's not the brush, it's not the lip shade. It is the like eyeshadow pots. It's, what are they called? Glitter eye gel. They look super interesting. Do they have a swatch picture or close up? No, nothing. Why? As I said when we talked about this the last time, I have never tried matte cosmetics and I'm not interested in trying them. Especially if they're not changing up their fucking rectangular pants. 2015 called, they want to have their pants back. Bella Beauté Bar sneak peeked a new palette that is apparently called the Bejeweled palette, and they already showed like a row that is called, what are these names? Garnet, Cherry Opal, Star Ruby, Red Obsidian, Phantom something. To be honest, that sounds super nice. I do have the Smoky Glam palette from Bella Beauté Bar and I am really happy with the quality. I was so surprised when I tried it the first time. I knew it was good because like a lot of people love it, and when so many people say it's good, it's most likely good. And it's a nice indie brand, to be honest. And since I'm on this very strict beauty budget now and I can't buy everything that is released, it really is relying on the color story. If the color story immediately speaks to me, yes. If not, then not. So a maybe. About Face has released 5 smoke sticks. These are 2-in-1 creamy shadow stick and powder eyeshadow combos designed to create a smoky eye. I love the idea because on one side you do have an eyeshadow like stick, pencil, whatever, and on the other side you have one of those puffs that have already powder on it. Who did this in the drugstore? Was it Maybelline? I think Maybelline had something like that and it was a big flop, I guess. The colors look very interesting. I see how this can work, but this is nothing for me. Like, I do have some stuff from About Face. I have 2 of their eye colors, like the matte fluid paints, and 1 eye pencil or 2, no, 3 eye pencils. The pencils are really good. The matte fluid paints, not so much. When I saw this, I had to giggle like a child. The Dirty Gingerbread candle. This is a scented candle from Heretic Perfume. I have never heard about them, so I don't know. I don't know. Seems to be re-release, and it has raw burnt sugar, Madagascar vanilla, spicy ginger, black pepper, cloves, nutmeg, tonka bean, and leather. I love the image of the gingerbread man with this harness and the BDSM ball. Hilarious picture. The scent sounds actually really nice, but I wish that this dirty gingerbread image would have been printed on the label for the candle. Again, I never heard about the brand, so it's nothing I would buy, but I just wanted to mention it since this is a really fun release. I never ever talk about drugstore, but I just have to show you this because Essence came out with probably the cutest Christmas collection I've ever seen. Like, this motherfucking compact, what is in there? Is it a lip balm? Yeah, it's a lip balm. This looks like a deer. And I especially saved this because the comments, the motherfucking comments, they were everything I needed at that day. They were basically saying how bold it is for already, quote, trash cheap drugstore brand to rip off another trash brand. They are referring to She Glam because in this collection there is this blush that is basically in the same component as the She Glam liquid blushes with a like puffy applicator. Don't people know that these are not designed by the brands most of the time? They do have like a factory where they order specific components. It's the same as with Odens Eye and Clarity. The palette itself, like the design, they both ordered it probably at the same factory. Oh, the comments were hilarious. If you are a fan of drugstore and of cute makeup, this is definitely a very cute collection. Is it something for me? Definitely not. I think Essence is very... And I don't want to be harsh towards adults who use Essence, but in my opinion, Essence is very teen targeted. They do have some banging products. For example, when I used to wear nail polish, Essence nail polish is it. Back then, they sold that for like €1.50. And that nail polish, first of all, 1 stripe and you had to pay color, and it lasted super long. This was a good one. The Essence, the Lash Princess Mascara is a banger too. Their silk blushes are really, really good. But in general, the whole design, the whole vibe of Essence is very teen-esque. And I think I myself, even though I like this collection because it's super cute, I would not buy this even if I use drugstore. Am I like a bougie bitch now? I just discovered, by the way, this new water, and this is not a water commercial. It's the brand Fussl here in Germany, and they do have this slightly carbonated water with different tastes to it. My husband is really loving the orange and mango one, and then they have one like black currant or something, and raspberry. Raspberry is my vibe. And don't you love lipstick on a straw? I love it. So the brand Jo Malone came out with a lot of Christmas stuff, like sets, trying sets, mixing sets with everything, candles and stuff. And one of them is also their advent calendar. The past 2 years, I've been eyeing the Jo Malone advent calendar because I really enjoy the brand. But the problem is this motherfucking calendar is 500 money. You know, I think €265 for the Cult Beauty advent calendar is a fucking lot of money, but you get a really good value out of it. But 500 money for a perfume advent calendar that maybe has some body lotion stuff and candles in it. Ugh, bold. By the way, I'm still indecisive about the advent calendar, and since Cult Beauty is the only one that actually interests me, but I cannot afford it right now, I will probably don't have an advent calendar this year. Here we have one of those collections that I just mentioned in the beginning of the video. That's a re-release. Colourpop is re-releasing their Rudolph Christmas collection. To be fair, this is a really cute collection. This, you know, this is also like deer themed, but it's much better done. Like, much better, is that a thing? It's done better than by Essence. The palette is super cute. It's so neutral with the tiniest bit of green and leaning a bit towards red, like classic Christmas colors. And then they also have some like sets going on with smaller palettes and their shadow sticks and the Super Shock shadows or highlighter things. Overall, to be honest, I think this is a good collection. But I am very, very, I don't know, like surprised or confused by the re-releasing. And this is not the only brand that I saw re-releasing things from the past years. And now you're probably like, oh, but wait, I like talked about the rumor. Wait till the end of the video, then we will talk about the rumor. Artitude Cosmetics is coming out with a new collection. They've been teasing us for quite a while now, but part of this collection are going to be these multi-chrome shadows, like cream shadows. They remind me a lot of these Vanessa Marks Chrome Flakes. To be honest, as much as they look delicious as fuck and as much as I actually want to take my finger and stick them right in them and then just lick my finger, these are all multi-chromes that I already have in other colors or in other brands and other palettes, so it's super easy to say no to these beautiful multi. But if you don't have those colors, maybe it's worth looking at them. I never tried Artitude Cosmetics, but I've got them recommended quite a few times now. Ace Beauté released a new palette. It's the new Mystique Romance palette. It blends flirty romance with dark gothic allure. Huh? Just because you put a black in there, it's not a dark gothic allure. The color story is nice though. Never tried Ace Beauté, but I've heard great things about their palettes, but easy skip for me. Like, this is a color story I have 100 times, so no thank you. So the brand Made by Mitchell turned 3. To be honest, I'm very surprised that this brand has been only 3 years in the market, because I feel like they've been longer out there, but apparently they haven't. So they released a couple sets and a new version of their pressed powder blush book, and I will not say the full name. This is the first version that they released this year or last year, I don't know. But here you have a sneak peek inside, and this is now the new version. To be honest, the new version does not speak to me at all. The left side 100%, but the right side What should I do with a yellow blush? I'm sorry. And then this orange, no. I can easy peasy fucking squeezy, just skip that. And last but not least, aren't we over that? Is this still a thing? A new influencer brand. Carly Bible. To be honest, I did not even know that she's still doing YouTube. She releases a new brand that is called the Beauty Bible, and she announced basically something big is coming November 11th. They already do have a Instagram account, but nothing is really announced there. It's only saying the Beauty Bible by Carly Bible. I don't know if a brand by Carly Bible is something that I expected this year. I actually thought we were over influencer brands because they all flop. At a certain point, there are not a lot of brands that are truly successful. Just saying. And before you come and at me in the comments, the rumor that I've been talking about is, and hold your fucking horses, fasten your seatbelt, take your belt on the trousers and make it a bit more like tighter, because otherwise you will probably lose your pants. Rumors are that these palettes will be re-released by Odens Eye this year. There is a specific video from Patty Alonso. Haven't watched it because I can't watch her anymore. I think it was in her Xenon palette video where she apparently said something at minute 14, whatever, that leads to thinking that this makes a comeback. And then there are some very cryptic comments from Odens Eye themselves on their Instagram account. What do we think about that? Let me know down below what you think about that. I will tell you my opinion. I think it's weak. If you at Odens Eye are really bringing back these palettes, this is a weak move. I am sorry. Limited is limited. Stay with what you say. If you re-release them, you are not a trustworthy brand in my opinion. I get it. I get the need of people. I get it because, I'm sorry. Merry Christmas. The most beautiful classic Christmas color story ever to existed, while Christmas Eve is the most beautiful winter color story that ever existed. But again, when you say it's limited, make it limited. Instead, wow us with a new collection. Please hold up your middle finger and say, like, you know what? Fuck last year's Christmas collection. We have a new banger. We have something that will fuck this Christmas collection because it's better, it's sparklier, it's blowing our customers' minds. This is what I want. I don't want the re-release. What do you think about that? Let me know down below. Have you heard about that rumor? Do you have any more proof maybe? Or is it already like poof, rumor is gone? Okay, besides that, how about you? Are you interested in any of these releases? What do you think about the new Carly Bible brand? About the other releases? Something you're majorly interested in? To me, it's only the Huda thing, but as I said, like 70-30, 60-40. Will I get it? Won't I? Probably will, because it's planned in my new budget, but we will see how it's going. So don't forget to check out the info box down below because all the fun links are there. And if you subscribe and stay here, we can talk about so much more on this channel. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.